we auditioned with the University of Florida to perform the national anthem at a sporting event, and they invited us. They loved our audition, and they invited us to perform at a men's basketball game. Last year we were able to perform at a University of Florida women's basketball game. That was kind of like our trial run. It was a smaller game, and they said after that they loved us and they wanted us to come back for a bigger event this year. The sheer volume of people alone was the largest difference. We had maybe 100 to 200 people in the audience for the women's game. For the men's game, it wasn't sold out, but it was pretty close. There were a good 8,000 people in the audience attending.
It was an experience. Like, you don't always get to do that. I really liked it.
I felt nervous at first, but then when I saw other people before do it, I thought it wasn't going to be that big of a deal, because you're singing for people that have played games before and felt like it was a privilege, and I hope someday everybody that wants to be there can also do it.
They were all very nervous, and I warned them about that ahead of time. I said, ignore those 8,000 sets of eyes and look straight at me. And then when we did our sound check, we talked about the fact during sound check that it's going to be a little crazy and it's going to look completely different out there because there's going to be 8,000 people in all those chairs. And you just ignore it all and look straight at me the whole time. And they did that, and they did beautifully.
It was a big deal for me. It was probably more of a deal to me than it was for a lot of other kids. So because I have more connection with it.
Mr. Grady Scroggy has a lot of crazy family ties, and one of the many crazy family ties he has is that his uncle used to be assistant ball coach, basketball coach with the University of Florida during the Billy Donovan days. So he has been in that arena and also has been in many other basketball arenas with his uncle and seen that kind of thing firsthand, but it's always been from the spectator perspective and never from all 8,000 eyes on you at the court perspective.
It was cool because I never really got on the court. I might have been sitting on the bench or sitting right behind them, but I never really got to sit right there, not sit, but seeing and stand just right there where they were, so it was cool.
Our report time for our students was at 3:45 at Gainesville at the University of Florida, and then the game tip-off was 7 o'clock, and that's when we performed the national anthem. There's a lot of lead work involved. We had an extra mandatory rehearsal here at school the first day of school, and then that 4 o'clock sound check at the University of Florida. And we ran it many times where they have the time clock going, and they have their announcer do his whole thing announcing us, and then we right away perform, and we run on, and we run off. It was down to the second. So we have this dark burgundy harmony shirt, and then we have black pants. Well, that happens to be exactly the same colors as the South Carolina Gamecocks, who they played. So it kind of looked like we had allegiance to them in this national anthem. So we made sure that all 8,000 people knew exactly where our allegiance lied. At our very last note, you'll hear us sing, and then just watch carefully for that nice gator chomp that we did at the very end.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shady Hill Harmony Elementary Choir.
It may be the middle of winter, but we just revealed our latest crop of golden apples last week with the surprise caravan. It's one of the biggest caravans we've ever had, with more than 24 people, including district administrators, school board members, former golden apple teachers, media, and other well-wishers traveling from school to school, where we'd meet up with local school administration and the families of the newest apples to head to their classrooms and surprise them. We started with Jessica Carter at Dr. N.H. Jones, a 20-year veteran of the classroom. She has been teaching in Marion County the last 3 years, focusing on math, science, and gifted content. This was the 4th time in the last 5 years Jones produced a golden apple. Our next stop was Shady Hill Elementary, another school we visited a lot lately, but this time not to present a golden apple, but rather the Rookie Teacher of the Year award. This is Carla Cavalier's first year in the classroom after several years as a youth leader and interior designer. The elementary art educator is also a local product, graduating from Bellevue High in 2000. Speaking of Bellevue High School, that's where our next Golden Apple teaches. Brian Stevenson has been teaching for 13 years, the last 3 at Bellevue, where he focuses on advanced social studies as part of the school's ACE curriculum. He's also the reigning Marion County High School Social Studies Teacher of the Year. The timing of the Caravan isn't always perfect, and we caught Emily Cook in an empty classroom at Forest, as all of her students were at a class meeting. The math educator has spent all 20 years at Forest High, starting out working with deaf and hard of hearing students. Our next Golden Apple also works with special needs students. Amy Owensby has taught in Marion County for the last 8 years, first at Waimea Park, now at Hillcrest. She previously represented her school as their Rookie Teacher of the Year in 2011. The Caravan's final stop was Westport High, where we handed out both the Golden Apple and Rookie Teacher of the Year award last year. This time it was just one, a Golden Apple to Holly Cunningham, a health occupations teacher and practicing RN. She has been teaching for 5 years. We'll find out which of these 5 Golden Apples is this year's Marion County Teacher of the Year at the 29th Annual Golden Apple Gala, Friday, January 25th.
Fist bump, man, fist bump. Fist bump, fist bump, all right. Fist bump.
A surprise was in store for Oakcrest students that climbed aboard the Santa's Express. It was led by law enforcement escort and greeted with a drum serenade performed by Trinity's Catholic band members, and that was just the beginning.
Woods, on behalf of our sheriff, Bailey Woods, here she is. He can't be here right now because he's really busy, but he wants to make sure that everybody's going to have so much fun. He'd like to welcome you to the annual Christmas party on behalf of himself and all the men and women of the Marion County Sheriff's Department. We hope you guys have a super great time.
There was a magician that joined the party, educating the students at the same time.
Now, Domino can do one impression. Would you like to see his impression? Yeah! On the count of 3, Domino can look like an S-H-E-E-P. A sheep. All right. When I say go, you count to 3. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. 1, 2, 3. And now, Domino is a sheep. Now, let me ask.
What did some of the students say that participated in the festivities was their favorite part?
The lady was reading a story, and like every part of that story, there would be like a little part when the band, there would be like a little beat or music like that. Then the choir sung, I think about like 3 songs.
Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of
Santa Claus gave us all our presents in a bag with our names on the bag. Everybody had different types of presents, and we got a stocking from Mrs. Claus with other presents inside of it too. And we got a backpack with presents inside of it also.
Well, we can't forget about the face painting, now can we?
We had tattoos. You either get a police, you could get 2. You could get a police, sheriff, or deputy on your cheek or on your hand. And then you'll get paint face, like, so you could get Santa Claus on your cheek, the Grinch, like the Santa hat with snowflakes and stuff like that.
The day ended with opening all of the gifts that Santa had brought them. The children hurriedly opened the gifts that they had been given with wide eyes and laughter. Some of these children have never experienced anything like this. They were amazed.
It was like heaven.
Camp SOAR is an opportunity for the teachers to bring their students for camp. We hope to take our regular extended day program and expand it because the day is longer, so we've had a lot of opportunities today.
The SOAR Extended Day program was offered to all Marion County School Board employee families, with children ranging in ages from pre-K to 5th grade.
Today is our very first camp. We offered it to teachers and administrators and every department within our district, our Marion County school family, so to speak, to tweak it, to look at it financially and educationally to see where our strengths and weaknesses were in order to roll it out to everyone possibly. So that's what we're doing today. We've had a great day. We've had many opportunities. The University of Florida was here with natural resources, and they taught them about recycling and the numbers on bottles and plastic bags, and so they carried them through that.
Yeah, all that stuff. So we don't really use catapults now in the military too much, okay? Not like the traditional, like what we're thinking.
We also had 4-H, Marion County 4-H was here, and they built catapults, and they learned how to not only build them, but to launch them from the stage. They launched marshmallows and had a great time doing that. We've had robotics. We had a robotics teacher here that did some great activities with them with robotics.
So many opportunities were available to these students having fun while learning a little something in the process.
We have Parks and Recs here that have brought their bus and have done some games on different developmental levels out on the field. We're able to offer the Bark Bus came from the Humane Society. So we were able to not only do those activities that the Bark Bus normally has, but we were able to come inside and build and make the tags that go on the actual dog and cat cages and take it a step further.
You need a pee? It's okay. We need more than one. We have lots. Remember I told you 300.
Dr. Mayer came to me first of the year and asked us to look into offering a camp for our teachers, and that's why we kept it within the family so we could tweak it, and then possibly next year, depending on what happens today and if we offer it in the future or what those plans will be, that will assist us in making those decisions.